Today we are going to take a look at the top 5 worst win rates in Tekken 8 for the month of September. But before we get started, a few disclaimers. So I'm getting this information from ewgf.gg. These guys have been around for the longest and they usually compile a bunch of data, put out character popularity, character rankings, win rates, lose rates. So this information is not coming directly from Bandai Namco, it's coming from ewgf.gg. It might not be fully accurate, so take it with a grain of salt. Secondly, the highest win rate in Tekken 8 as of September today is 54%. And the lowest is 48%, which is just insane. This goes to show how insane every single character on this roster is. 48% as the lowest win rate is absurd, right? It's absurd. So even if I'm saying these are the top 5 worst win rates, it does not mean anything at all. Every single character is stupid strong in Tekken 8. Every single character can make it and can win at the highest of levels. At the end of the day, there are just no weak characters in Tekken 8 and the data backs it up. So that out of the way, let's jump right in the video. Opening up our list at number 5, we have Kazuya with a win rate of 49.037%. One thing you notice in this list is some of the most popular characters in Tekken tend to have a low win rate. So this is because the more people play certain characters, the higher the chance at this particular character actually having a low win rate. For example, Panda has the highest win rate in the game at 54%, and who the hell plays Panda? Very few players, and because of that, Panda has a very high win rate. So Kazuya making this list is no surprise. Now first things first, he is a Mishima, difficult to master off the board. Just historically, Mishimas have been difficult to play, and Kazuya has always been one of the most difficult characters to play in general. He quite suffers in this game as well, not having a ton of BS. He can't really keep up with a lot of BS that most of the characters in the game have. Very difficult to defend with while using Kazuya, and for that I'm really not surprised seeing him at the bottom 5, honestly, in terms of win rate as well. So yeah, that's basically why Kazuya is on this list at bottom 5. Honestly, just a very difficult character to play, very difficult character to master. Now he is good. Remember, there are no bad characters in this game. Kazuya is mad strong, but he's just been left behind in terms of strength, of power creep. Basically, he's just been power creeped. A lot of characters have a ton of cheap ass shit in this game, and Kazuya just doesn't match up. He just can't keep up with the bullshit that most characters have in this game. He's also not easy to pick up with the average beginner player. You know, so beginner players will pick him up, mash buttons in ranked, be like, okay, no, I can't play Kazuya, drop him, boom, adding on to the high, adding on to the low win rate. So yeah, Kazuya makes this list, and honestly, I am not surprised. He's a very difficult character just in general to get used to play, and to deal with stuff in Tekken 8. At number 4 with a win rate of 48.7 is Marshall. Now this one has caught me by surprise. I honestly don't know why Law is this low, pun intended. Now I did say some of the most popular characters tend to have a lower win rate, and Law of course is massively popular in this game. Top 10 most popular characters, if I am not mistaken. And honestly, Law is quite easy to pick up. He's not as difficult as he's been in past games. I think it takes a bit of practice to like master in terms of DSS. So I don't really get how he's this low. But maybe most beginner players just drop him when they realize they can't really get to the high ceiling of using Law. So like the high ceiling of using Law is stuff like DSS cancels and slide pressure and slide mix-ups. So beginner players or like low to intermediate level players don't know this about Law. So tend to like basic stuff like dragon steel spam, you know, junkyard spam, and they don't use him to his full potential, then drop Law at the end. So if I would have to make a guess, I would say that's the reason why Law is in the bottom 5 in terms of win rates. People just won't stick with him. They'll mash buttons, get their dragon steel blocked, and then they'll be like, okay, this character might be not good, and they drop Law. So for any Law players who are watching this, if you dropped Law, just keep in mind Law is a character that you also has like a skill ceiling, right? The DSS cancel pressure and the slide stuff, that would take some getting used to, and that's where Law actually begins to shine. This character is one of the best characters in the game when it comes to like point blank range pressure. Like his pressure is actually ridiculous, very very difficult to deal with. So if you find yourself dropping low because you think, oh, he's not as good or not easy to pick up, stick with him and eventually it will pay off. But all in all, low also makes a bottom 5s in terms of win rate, again alluding to him being one of the most popular characters in the game. At number 3, with a win rate of 48.5%, inches away from low, is King. And for reference, King, as of the making of this video, is the #1 most popular character in Tekken 8. So it makes sense that he would feature in the bottom 5 as well. Like everyone would just see, oh look, a cool ass Jaguar Mask wrestler, bro. Let me just pick this character up, you know, go for some RKOs, mash some grabs and see what I can do with this character. Boom, they go into ranked, they get bopped and they add on to that win-loss ratio. King in general is relatively easy, I would say. He's not as bad. I think it's like average, right? Someone can pick him up and do well with him. But in terms of defense, doesn't really have that much going for him. He has one of the worst backdashes in the game. I think the worst, behind the bears. And he does not have very good defensive tools outside of just down forward to 1, right? Back 1 was taken away from him. So in terms of defense, King struggles quite a bit, especially now. I think most people are used to fighting King. They know how to deal with his power crash, so it makes things a bit difficult for King. So being popular and people struggling in terms of defense with his character might add on to why he is in this bottom 5 list as well. But all in all, in general, King is quite good, not very difficult to pick up. Just that him being mad popular as well just adds on to the win-loss ratio, like I said earlier. Because yeah, people do love King, bro. King is mad popular in Tekken 8 and just shows to prove why King is always prioritized over Armor King. Like this character is super popular. I wonder how he would do when Armor King drops. I just wonder how, if at all, his popularity will get affected if my boy drops in the game. All in all, that's why I think King has made it in this bottom 5 list as well. Coming in with the second worst win rate in Tekken 8 is Reina at 48.3%. Again, another massively popular character, has stayed in the top 10 for quite a while now. And Reina is a Mishima, so she just automatically goes into the difficult to play character as well. She does have random strings and stuff like that, she can spam, but at the end of the day, if you want to get the best out of this character, it's gonna take a while, right? Her lows are very bad in general, launch punishable, bad frame data, not that very strong mids, right? Only back 2, forward 2. So yeah, Reina is just quite difficult to play and I just see it, bro. I see it. I tried her once because yeah, I'm still looking for a female main character, bro. Like, and I really want to pick up Reina, but I know I have to dedicate a shitload amount of hours just to get at a good place with this character. That's what's making me like, you know, I don't want to go through that again. So it just makes sense as to why she has a lower win rate. A lot of people picked up Reina when she was just reviewed, when the game just launched, because of course a new character, everyone wanted to try out Reina. And the number of people that dropped this character since then, oh my days, there were so many. But still, that has still affected her win rate. Maybe it's what caused her to be, you know, this low in terms of win rate as well. But like, all in all, it just makes sense. Madly popular character and difficult to pick up as well. Kind of like Kazuya. What I said about Kazuya also applies to Reina. Doesn't really have that many defensive tools either, so she can be easily bombarded with pressure. Like outside of just, you know, the EWGF and a decent power crash, she doesn't have much in terms of like counter hit tools as well, get off me moves. So I just see it. So Reina also makes it in the bottom 5 of the worst win rates in Tekken 8. And then finally, with quote-unquote the worst win rate in Tekken 8 ranked is my boy Steve Foxuru at 48%. This one also makes mad sense. Steve hella popular, top 10 as well. And they just made him even more difficult to win with in Tekken 8. Now, Steve is not a bad character by far. Like, he's not bad. It's just that he's been power crept as well. He's fallen way behind on the season 2 buffs. Basically what everyone got, Steve got nerfed, his 5 Fox Fury got taken away from him. Basically which was needed, don't get me wrong, but they've kept so much BS of other characters, it just makes Steve feel very bad. Now this is coming from someone that actually mains Steve, made good with him last season. I've mained this character since Tekken 5, bro. Won tournaments with him, and Steve has never felt difficult. Like, this is the worst Steve has ever felt in terms of difficulty at actually winning with the character. You have to do so much with Steve, it's not even funny. They changed his archetype now. He's no longer a CH focused character, he's more so 50-50, moving around stances and Lionheart in particular, so that has affected Steve as well. And like I said, historically he's always been a very difficult character to pick up, still is. You know, those flicker cancels, pickable cancels, dark cancels, that takes a lot of practice. And considering how difficult Steve is to win with at high level, imagine no low level players or beginner players struggling with Steve when they just pick up the character, right? So yeah, the math is mathing. It just makes sense as to why Steve is or has quote unquote the worst win rate in the game at 48%. Now again, I say quote unquote worst win rate because 48% is still good. It's like mad stupid how the lowest win rate in this game is 48%. But anyway boys, that's why Steve makes it at the bottom 5. So there you have it, Nemi gang, the bottom 5 win rates of Tekken 8 Season 2 as of the month of September. So again, take this with a grain of salt. I'm getting these stats from ewgf.gg. These guys are known for compiling such data, but at the end of the day, this is not data directly from Bandai Namco, so take it with a grain of salt. How do you feel about the overall win rates of Tekken 8? Y'all let me know. And given the fact that it's 48% as the lowest win rate, I won't get this. Like, I just can't get over it, bro. 48% as the lowest win rate in ranked? Oh my days. Fucking ridiculous. Defense is non-existent in this game. Oh my god. So anyway boys, let me know your thoughts. I apologize for the slowdown in Tekken content. I have been taking quite a break away from the game. As you've seen from my channel, I'm playing some parts of Exile 2 right now. We got a new huge update, so it's been mad fun. I actually got into the Marvel Token beta yesterday, although I played for like 1 or 2 hours. I got the code really late. I enjoyed the shit out of that game. Video on that coming soon. And yeah, Tekken 8 content will still be coming. I still love the game despite everything going on with it right now. Still waiting for that AK drop. So anyway boys, thank you so much. Take time to watch my video as usual. Don't forget to that like button, subscribe if you're new. And as usual, may the Reina be ever in your favor. GG.